Hello. This is Fred from Metalops TV, metalops.com in the world, in France, but in the world, and we cross the Atlantic Sea and we go to Boston, East Coast, Rhode Island, to better know the band Aversed, formed in 2009. Before it was Aversion, and have become the 2010 Aversed. With Sungwoo is not here, the guitarist, but we have the new singer, I can say. Could you introduce yourself? Who are you? And simply.
Of course. Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah Hartman. I am the vocalist of Aversed out of Boston, Massachusetts. I am here in Rhode Island where I live, but the boys are about an hour north from me. But
Okay.
nice to meet everyone.
Okay. And you arrived, if I'm right, in the band. You are the new singer since 4 years, since 2021 during the pandemic, after the departure of your previous singer. I didn't know interview the air, but AD Trirazi.
That's
Trizari,
correct.
Trizari. Okay. So I didn't know the first album because you released an album called Impermanent in 2021. You were not in this album.
No, I was
Not
not.
not again. So you arrived after, and so it was a pandemic. It was not complicated this period in 2021. The departure, maybe a new process, a new lineup, and to compose. If you are 1 hour from the band or with internet, you can do and integrate the band easily to prepare this new stuff. No, it was easy.
Yeah, it was pretty easy. I learned a lot of the album Impermanent while I was auditioning for the band
Okay.
and so that's kind of how I got myself acclimated to their music. Yeah.
Okay, and what's your musical background, you personally, before to integrate Everest? Because you sing, you make screams, growls, if I'm right, huh? Because maybe the guitarist sing also, Sungwoo, but you also you can sing with clean voice.
Mhm.
So what you have a background? You study with a teach lesson on vocals lesson with a teacher, maybe?
Sure. So I have been singing since I was very young, like 5 years old.
Okay.
I never really had much of a teaching. I did a lot of choirs.
Ah,
I've done all-state choirs. I sang in a choir through my school at Carnegie Hall in New York
okay.
in 2009, which was great. But other than that, I've been in bands, multiple bands since like around 2009 as well. So I've been in bands and doing
Okay.
this for quite a little bit now, but nothing like Averst. Averst is definitely top notch for me.
Okay, and metal bands or not special metal bands or church in a church? I don't know, covers in a church or at school rock or just rock or both.
It was all metal for the entire time. But the choirs, I was a soprano one, and that was mostly through school, no church singing, just school. But it was fun.
Okay. And no hardcore influences because sometimes in some songs of the new album we are going to speak about Erasure of Color, the second album, the new album with you. But sometimes like sometimes in the screams I can note some influences of hardcore. No,
A little like
metalcore, hardcore,
hardcore.
a bit.
A little bit, yeah. Actually, it's funny you say that because that's what Sungwoo says. Says those are a little hardcore. So it's true, yeah. A little bit
And
of everything.
the energy also, because it's
Yes.
not musically, we can say to people to discover you, that's the goal, can say Avers plays a kind of death metal, melodic death metal, melancholic death metal, but very progressive and but very catchy also. And sometimes, yeah, with very energetic. That's why sometimes hardcore influences in some breakdown or some on your script.
Yeah,
It's my
yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, thanks. There's a little bit of everything in there. I think I do every vocal style I know in that whole
Okay.
album.
Okay. Alors, about the lyrics. Alors, so this new album is called Erasure of Color. Uh, about the lyrics. Who writes the lyrics in the band? You?
Who writes the most?
Well, yeah, the lyrics.
Sungwoo. Oh, Sungwoo writes the most of the music, but the lyrics are actually from the drummer Jeff. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, he wrote all of the lyrics in the album. So he he kind of mastered that.
And you bring some ideas, or you agree to sing text lyrics from other person? It's not a problem for you. You have
Yeah,
to.
it's not. And I think the reason why is because when I joined the band, they had already kind of written this album. It was already conceptualized, and so by the time I came along, I
Okay.
was kind of joining that. So me and Jeff met about once a week through Zoom like this just to go
Okay.
through all the songs, and then we kind of worked together on like placement of lyrics and how the songs were going to flow,
Yeah.
music. So that's kind of how it went. So we collabed a little bit.
Okay. And you have to find your space because musically it's very rich and technical. So you have to find your space in these long songs and very
Right.
not easy song.
Right. Exactly.
Uh,
Yeah.
okay. Is it a concept album, Erasure of Color? Because I find some similarities in the colors, in the cover artwork between Impermanent, when you were not there in
Mm.
2021, and the new one, Erasure of Color. Is it a continuation and is it a concept album, Erasure of Color?
So it's not technically a concept album,
Okay.
but it's interesting that you point that out because we say the same thing. It's very similar, the title track to Impermanent.
Ah,
Very similar. But I think with this album, it's bringing a little more gloom. It's bringing a little more heartbreak, grieving. That's kind of some of the themes that you'll see throughout it. And hopefully that's what people get from it as
okay.
well.
And maybe the artist who made the cover artwork is the same drawer or painter. No? It's the same
It's the
author?
same person. Yep.
Ah, okay.
Um,
Wheezy?
his title is Nightjar. That's his Instagram if you want to find him on there.
Ah,
Um,
yeah.
his name is Adam Burke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and fantastic artist. I actually have the painting downstairs in my
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, he worked for Clock, Get Creeper, and two others, if I'm right.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. It's in your biography. But
Yeah.
I know Get Creeper and Clock. Okay. Yeah, and we have the same track listing. Yeah, very short name in general, and 9 tracks or something like that.
Yeah.
But very and yeah, and the colors that I say. So with the guys who were before you in the band. Did they make a checklist, no, a to-do list with you, with your rival, to improve the things, new things, to test new things, and to make a better album than the previous one? Which points did they want to improve with you vocally or in general musically compared to in comparison to the previous one? The
Mm,
sound, the structure, the vocals, leads. What's their goals? What were the points to
yeah.
reach to better to improve?
Yeah. That's a good question. I'm not sure that there was much of a goal. Everything kind of flowed.
Okay.
And that's kind of coming directly from Sungwoo and Jeff, our guitarist and drummer. They write a lot together throughout the week, like twice a week they meet up and they're
Oh,
constantly writing. So they always have that sort of flow. And then we all kind of come in together and fill the missing pieces. So I want to say there's a lot of similarities,
yeah.
but there's also just kind of as we age, as we age as artists, as musicians, as people, there's a difference in the writing style. It just matures a little bit. So you kind of get that in Erasure of Color. Just a little bit of a difference, but
Okay. You say age. EDJE.
age, like AGE.
Ah, okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Like the edge of you two, the guitarist. No.
Mm.
Okay, Sungwoo is not here, but I think he's a great guitarist. Do you know his background? Did he learn guitar at school, at Berkeley School in Boston? Because the band is based in Boston, like Dream Theater. I don't know, guys. How did he learn guitar and what is his musical background? Because he's a good guitarist,
Very
better than me.
He'll be happy to hear that. Yeah. I'm not, we, a couple of the guys did go to Berkeley because they are all local there.
Okay,
Alden, our other guitarist, he went there, and so did our bassist Martin. But as for Sungwoo, I'm not sure his exact background. I just know he's been playing for as long as, I mean, for a very, very, very long time.
okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it has a lot of inspiration, and he's probably the most motivated songwriter I've ever met.
Yeah, 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 because to play guitars, it's a thing. To write and to compose, it's another thing.
Yeah, he's just incredible. He's always, always writing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe he's self-taught, self-taught
Yeah, I believe.
guitarist. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Musically, well, it's not a critic, huh? But I find some similarities to American band, not especially bands like Oceans of Slumber. I don't know, progressive death metal, melodic death metal, yeah, technical death metal. Do you know them? Oceans of Slumber. The voice of the singer, the female singer, is more soul. You understand? Soul.
Yes.
Do you know them and do you feel close to them even in the another part in America in Texas I don't remember but
Yeah, I do know them. I'm not sure exactly where they're from, but I have heard them a little bit. Very, very good.
yeah, and do you feel close to this kind of band, new generation of band who grew up with Emperor, Opus and
Mm.
GOJIRA.
Yes, definitely. Absolutely. Yeah, you can definitely hear some of those influences, and I believe that
Yeah.
that's true for us too. Yeah.
And you personally, what are your musical influences? And maybe in as vocalist, what are your in- which kind of bands, stars you like, your artists you like, especially in vocals, metal or not? Huh?
You know who I really like? I always grew up listening. I mean, well, when I could drive and listen to music in the car, I listened to a lot of like Periphery and
Ah, okay.
Soil Work, Kill
Ah,
Switch Cage, All That Remains. So I don't know, especially with Periphery and Tesseract.
yeah. Mm.
Just fantastic. Daniel's vocals are absolutely just
Okay.
incredible. So I like a lot of that sort of thing. But I like
And
everything.
do you think it inspire you a bit in this new album, Erasure of Color, or not?
Yes, there's a
In a
couple
way,
parts that very Periphery-esque, especially with some of the
yeah.
harmonies. Yeah.
Consciously or not. Huh?
Yeah.
Aware or not. Okay. Alors, so this new album starts very, I find very raw. Enfin, to cover up the sky. The introduction is very short, and you could make a very long introduction. No, no. And after we have the two singles we already know, Cross to Beer and Lucid Decapitation. Yeah.
Yes.
Could you tell me more about this song and this single? I like very much the video shooting with the colors again. Maybe it was shot in the East Coast around Massachusetts. I don't know. Could you tell me more about this song, Cross to Beer? Bear.
Yeah, Costa Bear is a great song. Very emotional song. It kind of, I want to say, lyrically is really about kind of recognizing any hurt that maybe you've caused to other people or that other people have caused to you. It's about letting
Ah,
go. It's about healing. And I mean, to me personally, it feels very like painful. There's a lot of grieving through that song. And you could interpret it in so many different ways, but the filming was done partially in my basement. And
okay.
yeah, the
Okay.
fish tank. We got a fish tank. I got it off
Yeah.
of Marketplace and we dunked my head in there. And then there's a lake up in around
Yeah.
Boston, and that's where we filmed the rest of that. So that
Oh,
was fun. It was very
yeah.
cold.
Yeah. Where was shot exactly? If Massachusetts? No? No?
Yes, it was in, I forget where exactly the
Okay.
lake was, but it was
Okay.
in Massachusetts and it was
In
November.
in the autumn, yeah, the colors,
Mhm.
yeah. Okay, the colors are important, but it's very sad erasure of color. It means there is no hope. It's the end. It's a dystopic world. Uni
A
yeah.
little bit. It's like destruction. It's kind of like the destruction of our environment, of the earth, of ourselves, of all sorts of things. But there's a little hope in there because
Yeah.
when things kind of died down, you have a fresh slate and you can start anew. And
Ah,
so
okay.
it's a
Yeah.
little bit of hope. You just have to find it in there.
Yeah. Yeah. And cross to beer, not to beer, beer, excuse me. Yeah. Excuse me. Is it also about resilience? I don't know if you understand this word, resilience.
Is it? Yeah, actually, a little
Very
bit.
fashion word, huh? This
Yeah,
since the pandemic. Resilience.
absolutely.
Yeah, it could be about resilience. This
Yeah.
song, close to.
Yeah, because you have some
Okay.
heartbreak there, and then there's a chance to kind of
Yeah,
like grieve and
to
also
stand. Yeah.
process it. Yeah, exactly.
Again. Okay, okay. There is a new song, different, maybe with a hardcore feeling, enfin, a bit. It's a second new single called I said Lucid Decapitation.
Yes.
So could you tell again? Could you tell me more about that? And are there new single videos coming soon in March for the release album, March, April, or it's
Mm.
secret?
Well, I won't say it's a secret. We filmed on our last run we did, which was in October. We played in Boston and we filmed a music video for
Ah.
Burn, the song Burn that's
Oh
on the
yeah, yeah, it's the middle of the album. Okay, cool.
we haven't got it it's not completed yet, but when that should be fun. So it's like a live
It
shot.
will be different, like yeah.
Yeah, it'll be different. But as
And
far
Lucid Decapitation, it's shot indoors. It's different.
yeah, that was actually shot in Nashville, Tennessee.
Ah, okay,
Yeah, that was
okay,
yeah, that was on one of our tours, our
yeah,
last tour. It was so fun. It was really, really hot. We didn't bring water.
okay. Ah, yeah, the different ambience from coast to beer. Okay, okay.
Completely.
Did you visit the? It's in Nashville. There is a museum about. Yeah, there are big studios, famous studio of country, and Nashville. It's maybe no, it's Memphis about Elvis. Elvis.
Oh, we
No,
didn't. We didn't have a whole lot
no,
of
no, 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 no. Okay, next time, next time
Next time, next time.
on tour. Okay, so new video coming for Burn, live video. Okay, cool. There is a song we are going to go more in the end of the album. There is Erasure of Color, the eponym song, title track, but Yearning also. It's more calm, a bit quiet, a bit. And I was waiting a song like that at the beginning of the album and not. Yearning, it's more at the end. So, Yearning, what is it about? Is it a melancholy, nostalgia feeling?
You got it. That's exactly it.
Yeah,
It's basically that nostalgic and the I want to say this is how I interpret it too. It's the finding of that hope, you know? Like the whole
okay.
album is just kind of it's heavy. And so when you reach that point, it's a moment for reflection before you get into that last song and then you
Yeah,
end.
yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah. Because yearning, it could be have different meanings, if I'm right. If I'm
Hmm.
for me to translate. Okay. Do you know the Finnish band? But now the guitarist is dead. If I'm right. Yearning, the Finnish band, doom
I
metal band.
I
No.
don't think I've heard of them, no.
Listen to it. It's very melancholic, but
I write it down.
yearning. Okay, but yeah, there is 20 years ago, 15 years ago, very good album, very depressive, but there is a sound, special sound from Finland. Uh,
Thank you.
okay, okay, and so the end of the album, the last song of the album is Departures, but the departures, in the airport, departures, arrivals, departures, but departures for to go to where? What is there is a hope, maybe.
Yeah, Departures. Departures is a great song. This was
Yeah,
the last song, actually the last song that we wrote for the album, so it's interesting that it's last.
yeah,
But yeah, Departures is really, really focusing on that heartbreak, losing someone. It could be a platonic relationship, it could be a romantic relationship, but it's
okay,
really the loss of someone and mourning that and really just, you know, part of it, and I did write some of the lyrics for this one, is kind of a just reflection on how a specific relationship might have kind of presented itself in the
yeah.
past, mourning that when the relationship is cut off, when it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a deep one. It's a deep one for me. It's a great song. We played that live a few times
Yeah,
and
yeah, you're going to play live. Okay, it live.
yeah.
It's a very epic song and a good conclusion. of the album. Okay. Live, it's not a problem for you to sing clean vocals and just 1 second after scream and after goals in one track, because you are sometimes in some song you have all. Of course, maybe Sungwoo, the guitarist, also sings with you, but no, live.
It's just me.
Just you. But on the album, it's only you, or sometimes there are chorus or backing vocals from the guys.
Nope, just me.
Okay,
Yep. Only
awesome.
thing that Alden and Martin came in for there's a couple of parts where there's a whisper. So
Okay,
they layered a whisper,
yeah.
but other than the whispers, that was it. That's all me.
Okay, and no guest on the album? There are no guests? No,
No,
no.
no guess. No, maybe the
Okay.
next one.
Yeah, you can ask GOJIRA guys from France to
Why
perform
not?
on a
Sure.
song. The Plantier brothers, I know a bit them in the past when they were young, like me. I were young. So live is not a problem to. There is no samples or backing vocals to help you, because to sing all these parts, in awesome parts. It's
No,
hard.
surprisingly, it's not difficult. The only thing that's on the backing track would be a harmony. Sometimes there's a
Yeah.
harmony. But other than that, there's no like backup scream or singing or
Ah,
anything
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What do you want to add before to conclude about maybe the plans, the life plans, maybe a European tour? But what do you want to add about the Aversed, and especially about this new one, because it's the first album for you, Erasure of Color? What for the French people and for the people in general who are going to see this interview?
Sure, sure. Well, first of all, I'm honored to be in this band and I'm honored to be on this album. It's personally my first album I've ever been on. So I'm very, very excited for that. I would say to the listeners, give it a listen. I know it's a lot to ask sometimes to be like, oh, just listen to it because it's long. But
Okay.
give it a listen and feel it. Really interpret it however you may. Listen to the lyrics,
Mm.
just kind of just enjoy it. Enjoy it, and I hope you get something out of it. And we appreciate you.
And according to you, who do you think this album is aimed at, to people with the target? Everybody, people from fans of Ginger, Opus, or doesn't matter, Tesseract, or Gojira, people, or it's very open. You,
I think it's very open. Yeah, I think I don't know if someone particularly enjoys like female fronted, wants to see both screams and cleans, because I think offering both is nice, and I find that a lot of people like that, but it's for everyone. It's for your mom, it's for your cat, for everybody.
for the cat. Also, okay,
It's for your
okay,
cat.
okay, okay. Can we hope to see you live in Europe and in France soon, this year or next year? Summer festivals, a European tour as a support band, maybe for other bands? No?
I would love that. We will come whenever we can. That'd be
Okay.
fantastic.
First,
Nothing.
maybe an American tour, I guess. No, this year for you, an American tour first.
We're
Enough.
working on it right now. We're working on securing some dates, but shortly we will have something.
You have plans for Europe one day. Okay.
One day, yes, one day.
Okay, soon, soon. O-
Hopefully.
Okay, I thank you. I let you say hello to the guys, and thank you for this moment, this interview, and good luck with this second album and this first album for you, for Aversed, Erasure of Color, available on March on M3 Audio.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Okay, I thank you very much. I say you bye bye and take care of yourself. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you so
Sarah.
much. You too. Have a great day.
Bye.
And good night.